Okay, so it's currently 5:44, and it's my plan to go to the Dade Collier Transitional Training Airport for a quick visit, just to see what I can see for this Everglades Alcatraz, or what do they call it? Alligator Alcatraz. So I want to see just what it looks like if you're looking from the road, and I just want to know like what it is, I guess. And I'm going to be cutting it close because it's going to be getting dark right around the time I'm getting there, so I don't know what I'm going to see. Like, I might end up seeing just some lights from the road. I might be able to see some of the tents and things. But I kind of wanted to actually see it with my own eyes. And then been doing a lot of photography lately too, so I'm just trying to do something that I could consider photojournalism, and this is going to be one of the first. So hope you guys enjoy this little adventure I'm going on, and I'm ready to take you with me. I've got an hour and 29 minutes before I get there, so what do you think? You think it'll still be light out when I get there? I'm not sure. Stopping in this little gas station over here off of Red Road, and we are going to quickly get gas. So I'm just crossing my fingers, hoping that there's light out still when we get there. That would be great. Some more Everglades type territory, about to go west. It's off in this direction. One of the most beautiful drives that I often have on some of my cases. One of those construction stop signs. I'm only 36 minutes away from there right now, and I'm kind of getting into the whole Everglades area. Still the whole beautiful sunset, just view after view after view of beautiful sunsets the whole way since I started heading off in this direction. And I can honestly say I'm glad I'm taking the trip. Now this Everglades Alcatraz, there are several things I wanted to talk about when it comes to... So I wasn't able to pull up my talking points because the reception is so bad out here. But I'll just kind of go over the things that I know about it. There were a couple of court cases. One was trying to shut it down. I remember when it first... when the story first broke in the media, they were saying that it was flooding and everything was just out of control, and there were pythons and alligators coming through the place and everything. And that, from what I could read out there, when I actually looked at actual articles and information, I didn't see anything to substantiate that. But basically there was a case that they were going to try to shut it down, and then another case came and kind of like postponed that. I know that it was kind of hastily constructed, and honestly, from what I can tell, just from the stories I read and from the pictures that I saw, it looks a lot like the thing that they did in Homestead, which is also kind of like a makeshift kind of... They're buildings, but they're tent buildings. So they're like, metal structures with like a tent over, like the sides and the top are like some kind of a heavy canvas tent material. So they're essentially like makeshift buildings, but they also have like some kind of air units on the outsides. Like they're all lined along the outsides are like air ventilation units. I don't know if they're AC or what they are. I haven't really researched that very much. The inside, it looks like there's chain link fences like separating what are supposed to kind of be like cells, and then there's bunk beds inside of them. So that's basically what I understand about it. And yeah, it's out in the middle of the Everglades, so yeah, in the Everglades are alligators. I'm not so sure if it's like the part of the Everglades that has the alligators is like right there next to it, or if it's like a little ways away from it. Most people don't really realize, like, if you're in the Everglades, there's roads and there's cities and there's towns and stuff, and the actual Everglades, you can't really just walk right out there. You'd have to kind of go into like a national park and take a trail, and yeah, if you are driving like along these canals and stuff, you can see... I have seen alligators, but it's kind of you got to be looking You know, you got to be maybe out of the, if you're in the car, it's kind of hard to see it from the driver's side, but if you're like a passenger, you can kind of spot them, just kind of swimming along in the canals. But yeah, so just, you know, a few facts about the area and what it's like and stuff. There's a lot of, there's a Native American reservation for the Seminole tribe that I passed on the way down here. And now it's actually just starting to get a little more dark. It's like twilight right now. Beautiful views. Alright, so I literally just saw a sign back there. I have to double back and get a shot of that sign, because that is just, I couldn't believe that it actually said that it actually says Alligator Alcatraz on the actual, and you can see, so here it is, here. Alligator Alcatraz. 15 minutes away and it's still relatively light out. Did I do any film? So I did a whole thing. I tried to film it, but I actually went, somehow I ended up hitting the button on the camcorder and didn't actually do it. So I'm going to put this down while I do this real quick here. Okay. Alright, so there are a lot of cars coming in and out of there, which means that the facility itself is heavily staffed. There's quite a lot of people there, obviously, working there and stuff. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to turn around again, and I'm going to do what I just did before, which was I turned around right up here. Okay, they actually have a huge sign on that entrance that says Alligator Alcatraz. So I guess okay, so here's where you got all this. Okay, I'm going to wait for all these cars that are coming from this direction to come back. But as you can see down there, there's like a car that's parked. There's a car that's down there. There's a cop down there. Okay, just kind of waiting in the entrance of the facility. And of course that cop is guarding that facility. So this is just some other place that I'm sitting in front of right now. This is just a gate for like a, I don't know, a ranch or some place on the Everglades. But waiting for a few more cars to pass, and then I'm going to turn around and we'll film anything that we can. Here we go. Alright, here we go. So it's going to be a little bit harder this time because it actually got just a little bit darker since I went past before. But here we go. Alright, there it is. See that sign right there? What does that say? Alligator Alcatraz. That's what it says. Alligator Alcatraz. Okay. That's where we are going to drive past real quick here. So there was a guy just kind of sitting across the road from it, up ahead, and there still kind of is. I think there still is a car just sitting up across the road from it up ahead. I am going to park behind that car. There still is a cop just kind of sitting out there on the exit for that. So I'm still going to do what I did before and just kind of slowly and carefully come here, and I'm going to pull up behind the people that are there. And here you go. There's the cop right there. And there's the sign that says Alligator Alcatraz. Okay, so there you are. You got a lot of people coming in and out of it. Okay, there's a cop right there. Just kind of patrolling the whole thing. People coming in and out. Okay, we're gonna wait. We're gonna wait our turn. We're not gonna be rude about it or anything, but here, you can do your thing. You're fine. Okay, there you go. All right, that guy was being weird. I guess he wanted to get behind me, I'm not sure. Alright, so there, we'll try again to just film and see what's down the road there. You can see there's a whole, it's just lights at the end of the road, basically. It's very far down there. Well, there you go, you guys. Guys, so that was it. That was Alligator Alcatraz. I made a trip out here and saw some beautiful sunsets and stuff. There's just a cop at the very entrance of it, and it's a long road down there. You can't see anything. Lots of signs along the way that say Alligator Alcatraz, and that's what there is to see. Alright, so I'm headed back home now. I saw about as much as you're going to be able to see. You can see it's a long road down there to the facility, and there's a cop guarding the entrance to it. And you know, I'm really glad that the cop didn't try to come and give me a hard time for driving past and taking video. So that I'm really grateful for. I think it was a good experience. It was a nice trip. There's no mile counts on the signs that say Alligator Alcatraz. So for me, that kind of signals that they put those signs out there to kind of make a statement. And there's several of them, so I'm not really sure what the statement is that they're trying to make, but I'll let you infer from that whatever you think that would be. It just seems like they're trying to make a strong statement by putting the signs everywhere saying with the nickname of the facility, mind you, because that's not actually the name of the facility. I believe it is so it's like I think it's a detention facility. So the name actually says detention center on it, but then it's also on an abandoned airstrip, which is called like the Dade Collier, I think it's called temporary training airport, or airport training, or something like that. I'll dub in the correct statement later, but anyway, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this journey. All right, guys, that was fun. I had a pretty good trip, and I saw a lot of beautiful sunsets, and once we finally got there, I wasn't really able to see much. I remember more so than what the camera showed, you could kind of see the first time I drove past like a long road, and there seemed to be kind of like a fence situation more towards the front where the cars were driving out, and then down there you could kind of see that there was more going on back there, but you couldn't like see any of the facilities or anything. They were so far down, and it was for me a chance to actually see that it's out there, get a feeling of what it would be like to try to visit that place. Obviously high security, difficult to visit, but ultimately it's definitely there. There's signs everywhere that literally say Alligator Alcatraz, which is kind of, I don't know, that's a little much. I mean, considering that it's a detention facility, so for it to have a name like that is kind of, I don't know, I really don't like it, but I went to go see it, and it really is there. So this is kind of my first foray into just like investigative journalism. It was kind of a rush decision because it was actually getting dark out when I decided to go, but I just thought, hey, you know what, why not? Let's go check it out, and I did, and I think that was pretty cool. So let me know what you guys think. Make a message in the comments with your thoughts about that. Like and subscribe for more similar content around kind of journalism pieces where you can get a view from an ordinary person what something might look like, something that we could look into further. So let me know what you think of that, and have a great day.